Okay, YouTube, Dano here. I did manage to buy a different alternator. I bought another alternator for my Integra, and I am planning on bringing this to check to repair that, you know, as a reserve or a spare alternator. But I did buy a B series one. This one is a B series one, and I'm going to be mounting this. The B series does not differ very much from the D series. It's just the hanging points are a bit different. This one is a little bit down and this one is a bit up, but that's about it. So yeah, I will be hooking this up and let's see. Alright guys, so I got the alternator installed. Got the alternator mounted. It was pretty easy because since it's a B series alternator, just swapped in there. Pretty easy thing. Alright, so now I'm going to start it up and we'll see if the issue clears. So right now, so what we have here is 12.57. I'm going to start her up and see what the voltage is. Oops. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. There we go. Alright. The battery pulls were a bit loose, so that's why. Okay, what we have now, 13.9, 14, 13.9. So yeah, the alternator seems to be working pretty well. Alright guys, so we're in the engine bay right now and I'm going to be monitoring the alternator current right now, or the alternator voltage. Okay, so we put that in there. Very consistent. 14.1, 14.2, so yeah, very consistent. Okay, so right now I'm going to be turning on the air conditioning because that draws a lot of power, and also the lights. Lights are on, air conditioning is on. Okay. Okay, so now that the alternator is working again, I can finish my speakers. I want to bring you guys to the back here. Let me show you something really interesting. So the back speakers are located here at the side. Look what is in these. Voila! We also got some 4-inch Pioneers in there. So guys, I have 4 Pioneer speakers. They're 4 inches. Should be enough for, you know, normal listening. So I will be hooking those up. Later. I don't know. Need to figure out the wiring first because the wiring is pretty messed up. Well, maybe not messed up, but you know, I need to sort them out. So yeah. Alright guys, so I still have the F22 blocks for sale, these two, and the double overhead cam. I already sold the crankshaft and the rods, so these two blocks are still for sale. So you know, if anyone is interested, just just send us a message. Also, my dad has been busy with in the garage, so as you can see now it's fully concrete. So whenever I work on my car, it's not dirty because it was sand, and right now it's full concrete. I will be removing the front bumper because I forgot to put this plate, the steel plate, because right now the bumper is being tightened. You see the bolts, they're actually tight on the plastic, so you know, it's pretty weak right now. This thing needs to be on this, like this, to hold the bumper. So I will be removing the bumper, and while the bumper is out, I will be removing the radiator also, because as I mentioned earlier, it has a leak, and I will be applying epoxy kit on it. And while the radiator is out, I will also be flushing the coolant system of the block. So got my coolant here, and also I got this. This is a license plate bracket. This is a swivel one. So I will be mounting this here. It kind of swivels around, so the license plate can go up and down, and I will be most likely be putting it in an incline so that the air can cool the radiator better. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Yeah, still have a little bit of daylight left, so I hope I finish on time. Alright guys, so before I remove the radiator, I actually need to remove the coolant. Make sure to keep the cap open so that the coolant can fall freely. Okay guys, so now that all the coolant is off, I removed the hose here, and also on the underside, and also the plug for the fan. And right now I can just release these bolts, and the radiator should come off. Alright guys, so the radiator is out, and the leakage is here somewhere. So I'm going to be removing the fan, and I will be inspecting it a little closer. Alright guys, so what I did is I filled the radiator with water, and to kind of see where it leaks. So as you can see, it leaks right there. It's right there in the neck. You can see there's a little bit of water there. That's where it leaks. So I will be applying epoxy kit on that to seal it out. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't, you know, might as well do it professionally, but for now I will be trying to apply epoxy kit to it. So I got these cheap epoxy kit from the store, Abro, 4-minute quick set, and I mean it should work, so we'll see. Alright guys, so I just applied the epoxy, and I will be letting this set. It's already turning dark, so I don't think I will have enough time, but I will continue to work on this. I do want to show you how I will flush the coolant system. I will be putting my my garden hose in here, turn on the tap, and all the engine should be flushed out of there. You're supposed to be doing it with distilled water, but you know, it's whatever. I will be using regular tap water and just apply coolant to that later on. So I will be doing that right now because I will need the epoxy on the radiator set. I will let it set for maybe an hour or so. I mean, it does say 4 minutes, but I do want to make sure that it sets properly before installing the radiator again. So yeah. Alright. Wait, hang on. Not going to be putting that yet. Turn on the tap. Alright, water is running. Shoop. Should come off there. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of rust coming out of that. Alright guys, so I did flush the engine coolant system just with tap water out of the garden hose, but the normal way, or the recommended way to do this, is actually to fill the radiator with distilled water with a flushing additive, and then just run the car for maybe 15 minutes or so, and that will actually clean out the entire cooling system. And then you drain the water back out, and then you fill in fresh coolant. That is the recommended way to do it. I did it ghetto style, you can say. But yeah, the block is flushed right now, so all the water that comes out is very clear. Since I'm waiting for the epoxy kit to set, I will be mounting the swivel license plate bracket, and we'll see how far I will come with this. So should be pretty easy since the bumper is off and I can actually just screw the back. So I just finished with the bracket. It looks cool. It looks very professional. So this thing can actually swivel like that, so all the way down for more cooling. Alright, so I pushed my car a little back to the back. I will let the epoxy set for a little while. It's been like maybe 15 minutes now, so I will be getting something to eat and I will be continuing later on. At least now there is a little light shining, so I can work with a little bit of light. I got the radiator back on. It was pretty straightforward. Just connected the hose again, and I will not be putting coolant in it yet because the epoxy doesn't seem to be dry enough yet. So I will be mounting the front bumper, and let's just hope in the meantime that the epoxy dries completely. Alright guys, so I finished up pretty much everything, so what remains now is just filling up the coolant, and then I will be going out for a night drive. Alright guys, so we're on the streets right now, testing out my car. It's pretty late and it's pretty dark, but the car drives very awesome. I might have to check out later if the coolant still leaks.
Banti.
You smell it?
You smell the rubber. Oh, that is the smell of. That is not a good smell. All right. Well, it still seems to be leaking, but not as much as before. So that's good. That is good.
Alright guys, so I'm going to be ending the video here. The ride was good. The car still seems to be sputtering on the top end, because I originally thought that it was due to the alternator not working, but now that the alternator works, it still seems to be sputtering, so I'm not sure what that's about. I might have to check the other things as well. Tomorrow I will be heading over to Taman Rejo, and I am looking forward to that. So yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe for the coming updates. See ya.